Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Welcome back, fellow Night Radiants, to the channel. And today we have another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator. And today we are working on a Jaguar E-Type. So it is a very classic car and I think it looks gorgeous. Today's goal is to make the most expensive one in the world. And we also gonna make it the most tuned one in the world. Because yeah, we're gonna put upgraded parts in the engine like we always do. Let's see what we have. Well, the body is very rusty and old. So we do need a full body repair and a weld job. And we do need a whole new engine. Because yeah, it is very bad, as you can see right over here. So let's continue on cleaning this one first, and then let's over in towards the workshop.
One season later.
So after a quick wash and a little interior detail, we have finally got the E-Type in. It was a bit of a job because it has no tire on one end of the car, and yeah, it is a rusty car, so everything was stuck. Now, what we are going to do first is let's strip this whole body and towards its bare chassis. And let's see what do we work with. And then after that we're gonna rebuild the engine towards its maximum potential. And then replace everything back in the car. I think this will be a very nice build and probably a very nice car. And maybe I should keep it, I'm not sure. So anyway, let's get right into stripping this whole car apart towards its bare chassis. The Jaguar E-Type, or the Jaguar XKE in the North America market, is a British front mid-engine sports car that was manufactured by Jaguar Cars Limited from 1961 to 1974. Its sleek appearance, advanced technologies, high performance and competitive pricing established that it was an icon. The E-Types claimed 150 miles an hour or 240 kilometers an hour top speed, sub 7 seconds 0 to 60 miles an hour, acceleration, largely underrated body construction, front and rear independent suspension with disc brakes, mounted inboard in the rear, rack and pinion steering, sputtered industry-wide charges. The E-Type was based on Jaguar's D-Type racing car, which had won the 24-hour of Le Mans for 3 consecutive years beginning in 1955. The E-Type employed what was, from the early 1960s, a novel design principle, with a front subframe carrying the engine, front suspension and front bodywork bolted directly onto the body tub. No leather frame chassis, it was common at the time. And there we have it, the fully stripped E-Type. Now that is a very nice chassis, if I do say so myself. A nice working area over here. Well, we do have to clean it up. So let's get the welder over here and let's see how much money it needs to be paid to. Only 1400, it's not that bad, not that bad. There it is, the nice and glory shiny chassis of the E-Type. Very nice. Now remove you because we don't need you anymore. We can leave the crane over here because we need to replace the engine. And now let's get back towards the engine room because we need to focus on the engine. So we do have only one option and it's the standard engine, but we don't have option in the parts. So we can definitely choose the right parts for this engine, and what I mean by that is upgraded parts going definitely in this one. So pistons, camshafts, fuel filter, etc. What can be upgraded will be upgraded as usual. Now let's get right into this one and I will see you when the engine is finished. The Jaguar XK is an inline-six cylinder dual overhead camshaft engine produced by Jaguar Cars between 1949 and 1992. Introduced as a 3.4 liter, it earned fame on both road and track, being produced in 5 hemispherical head displacements between 2.4 liters and 4.2 liters for Jaguar passenger cars, with other sizes being made by Jaguar and privateers for racing. A derated version was also used in certain military vehicles built by Elvis and Daimler. Prior to World War II, SS cars, which changed its name to Jaguar in 1945, used 3 engines produced by the Standard Motor Company, a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder and a 6-cylinder engines for the 2.5 and 3.5 liters. Sir William Lyons and his engine designer William Hyness, chief engineer Walter Hazen, Claude Bailey and Mark Welschlake are widely reported to have discussed a new range of developments whilst fire watching on the roof of the SS factory in Swanslow Road, Coventry during the German World War II bombing raids. Rather than developing prototype engines immediately after the war, it was claimed that Jaguar wartime engine developments went far beyond discussion and design. extending to construction and testing of several prototype engines as early as 1943. The 3.0 liter version of the XK engine were built from 1955 onwards for the Via sports racing car with a 85mm bore and an 88mm stroke. It was also popular with small race car manufacturers such as Leicester Cars, who could not afford to produce their own engines. And there we have it, the fully built engine for the Jaguar E-Type. Well, it is a very easy engine, but I was struggling where there was like a little part behind here that I could not place the engine head cover, so it was a little search, but yeah, I think it's a very beautiful built engine, especially in the game. I'm not sure it's in real life, but a beautiful engine. Now let's carry it over towards the car. Oh, it is a heavy engine, but it's not a V8, but it's an inline-six. Oh, why did I put the car all the way? Oh, no, this way, back there. Oh, this is not good. Oh, almost. No, don't go around. Oh, no, the weight. Come on, almost there at the crane. Ooh, come on, put it in the car. Oh, okay, the engine is in. Wow, okay, now I can put you back on its place. Well, that is a very nice view, I got to say so myself. What a engine. I really like the carburetor setup. I don't know why, but it's just magnificent. Very cool to see. So let's continue on rebuilding the whole car back together, and let's see how much profit we can make, because I think it's a very easy car to work on and it's a classic car. So yeah, we should definitely make some money on this one, but I'm not sure if we should sell it or keep it, so let me know in the comments down below, that would be much appreciated. Now, let's continue on rebuilding this car. The Series 1 was introduced initially for export only in March of 1961. The domestic market launch came 4 months later in July of 1961. The cars at this time used a triple SU carbureted 3.8 liter 6-cylinder Jaguar XK engine from the XK150S. Earlier built cars utilized external bonnet latches, which required a tool to open and a flat floor design. These cars are rare and more valuable. After that, the floor were ditched to provide more leg room, and a twin bonnet latch moved to the inside car. The 3.8 liter engine was increased to the 4.2 liters in October of 1964. The 4.8 liter engine produced the same power as the 3.8 liter, that is 265 horsepower, at the same top speed of 150 miles an hour or 241 kilometers an hour, but increased torque 18% from 325 newton-meters of torque to 384 newton-meters of torque. Acceleration remained pretty much the same, and the 0 to 60 miles an hour time were around 6.4 seconds for both engines, but maximum power was now reached at 5,400 RPM instead of 5,500 RPM on the 3.8 liter. That all meant better throttle response for drivers that did not want to shift down gears. The 4.2 liter block was completely redesigned, made longer to accommodate a 5mm larger bore, and a crankshaft modified to use newer bearings. Other engine upgrades included a new alternator and generator and an electric cooling fan for the radiator. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the fully restored Jaguar Type E. Wow, what a beautiful classic car. Wow, was not expecting this beautiful and such a clean. I actually kind of fell in love a little bit, so it is hard to maybe sell this one, but we first have to finish it. So what we're gonna do is go towards the paint shop, because it needs a paint job, and then we have to go towards the dyno because we put a new engine in it with some upgraded parts, so we definitely want to see how much power this one can make. And then we go for a little test drive. But first, let's go over towards the paint shop.
5 minutes later.
So we have arrived in the paint shop. Now let's see what kind of beautiful colors and liveries we have. So first of all, let's check out the liveries. If we have, oh, we don't have liveries. That's sad. Okay, then it's a fast choice. Well, we do have some nice factory colors. We do have a nice black. We do have like a cream-ish. Oh, the racing green with the cream interior looks very classy. We do have a white. We do have a different green. We have a lighter green. We do have a white-ish. We do have a metallic blue or silver. We don't have like a silver color, actually it's more like white, so we do have green. I think the British racing green looks very fantastic on this car. It's Jaguar, so it's British anyway, so let's put that color on right now. There we go. What a beautiful, gorgeous, classic car. Now let's see what we can do to this one at the dyno.
The next day.
So we have arrived at the dyno. Well, I tuned the carburetors to a 2.7% increase. More than that, I could not figure it out. So let's see what kind of power do we make. Following part is missing. Okay, well, I'm gonna look for that part. And then we're gonna go back towards the dyno. Okay, I found the parts. They were very easy at the air filter. So let's go proceed the test. So the car standard makes 265 horsepower at 5,515 RPM per minute. Or RPM is the minute. And we currently make 352 Newton meters of torque at 4,200 RPM. That is a very nice number and a very strong factory power for this car, especially from 1961. And what are the numbers? We're definitely gonna shoot up. This is a very nice number, or a curve I should say. And there we go, there we have it, a very beautiful end result, and I'm very pleased with this. So we currently make 431 horsepower at 5,520 RPM. That's a factory increase power of 166 horsepower. That's an increase of 63%. We also make 566 Newton meters of torque at 4,410 rotations per minute. That is a factory increase of 214 Newton meters of torque at a 61% increase. Well, that is a very tuned E-Type and a very nice number. And let's see if this one can handle the road, because it's a rear wheel drive car. And yeah, those are kind of drifty in this game. So I will let you show the car and then we go for a little test drive. Well, I gotta say, I was expecting a little bit more noise from the engine, but it's a healthy sounding engine, so we cannot complain. It is a tuned engine, so we definitely should not complain. Well, let's see how this one can handle the test drive. So here we are at the speed test. Now let's see what we can do with this one. It is a rear wheel drive car, so we should not expect lots of it. Okay, there we go. Third gear, wheel spin. Okay, it is really fast, and I put an extra gear in it, and I think we're gonna top it off, because this one can go, yeah, this one can redline for sure. Yeah, okay, I can go very much faster than this one. So yeah, it handles very nicely, or at least it goes up to speed very nicely. Okay, there we go, little drifty action, come on. Keep it steady. Yes, okay. It actually, to be honest, I was not expecting this to be handling that great. So, you know what? I'm gonna put an extra gear in it and tune it a little bit. Or what I mean by that is basically fine-tune the gear ratio of the 6th gear. Because I already put like an extra 5th gear in it. And let's see how it handles then.
One season later.
So here we are on the second run. Now I put a 6th gear in it, and it should go around 310 kilometers an hour. That is a very fast. So I think we're gonna top that off as well. And I'm not putting a 7th gear in it. I'm not gonna tune it further. But let's see how. Yes, okay. So it is low in gear, in the 6th gear, as you can see. But yeah, this thing can pick up speed. Look at this, 250 to 60. I'm just holding W and just 275, 280. Yeah, this thing can go. Oh, there we go, little lag. 285. Well, very nice. Well, we already know how it handles, or at least... Oh, so yeah, that should answer this car. So let's go over towards the workshop to the final results.
5 minutes later.
So we have arrived back at the garage for the final results of the Jaguar E-Type. Now let's see. Okay, we do have a fully 100% car. That is a good indication that I did not forget any parts. That is good. I finally learned. And now we also have a very beautiful engine that produces 431 horsepower and 566 Nm of torque. And it's a tuning progress of 62.25% increase. And I got to admit, I was not expecting this car to handle this good. Now, here are all the parts that you need. If you miss any parts, you will find it on the last page, as always. And the main question is, how much money can we catch for this beautiful classic car from 1961, the Jaguar E-Type? Now, that is... Okay, I was expecting about 130,000, but it is still a crazy amount of money. We can sell the car for a total price of 98,515 credits, and we can make a solid profit of 90,319 credits for this beautiful E-Type. Should I sell this one or should I keep it? Well, I am not decided yet, so leave it down in the comments down below. That would be much appreciated. Anyway, that is it for today. I hope you all like, subscribe if you haven't already. That would be much appreciated. And don't forget to turn on those notifications for the next videos. And if you have any tips, tricks, or just something you want to say, leave it also down in the comments down below. That would be much appreciated. And I will wish you a very nice day. And I will see you on the next video next Sunday. Peace out, everybody.